Tesham satata yuktanam vajadam purvakam tadami yogam tam yinamam upatantite. Hare Krishna everyone, it's me, the old school monk, and we're in 98 prayer, only 800k experience away. It's been a mini grind, just been going a couple of hours a day, not even that much, but I'm excited to announce that tomorrow, Saturday the 31st of August, we'll be hosting our 99 prayer ceremony. So if you guys are free, tomorrow, 1 p.m. UK time, which I think is like New York time, 8 a.m, and West Coast is probably some ungodly hour of the morning. Well, to be honest, it's probably like the time that we wake up, like 4:30 in the morning. But yeah, we'll be having a little party. So I think I'm going to start live streaming at 1 here in the kind of Varlamore prayer training arena area, temple, monastery, retreat. So if you guys have done the quests to be able to get to Varlamore, then please come and join me and bring your monk's robes. And I think the plan is that we'll kind of close out the final bits of XP that we need to get, and I think we're just going to gradually walk our way back to the Edgville monastery. So yeah, we'll be in world 333, and we'll start off up here. We'll walk to Varak, and I think it would be funny, maybe we can you can change your outfit so that you have the monk attire. So yeah, you have like the orange robes, which you can get from like the Varak clothes shop, and the kind of funny, it's called a Sika, the monk haircut, the Hare Krishna haircut. So I think we could walk to Varak and then walk to Falador and all dress up as monks, and then we'll make our way to the Edgville monastery, where we can get the kind of 99 prayer level and the cape. And then I was thinking we could hop into a World 1 free to play, go around the world of Gillinor, do a little tour of the free-to-play world, chanting Hare Krishna together, dressed up as monks. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Hare Krishnas go through town. Maybe I'll put a little clip in now. But yeah, that's kind of a big part of the the Hare Krishna kind of way of sharing our spiritual processes. We chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in public with drums and kartals and mridungas, and it's like a big festival that comes to the streets. In Wales, we go out every Sunday, and the public love it. It's just like a bunch of monks walking in a line, singing some ancient mantras. So I thought we could kind of emulate that in RuneScape, just for the meme. Come and join, it would be really cool to have you there, and we're going to have a really good time. And then I think we can conclude the party also by having like a drop party, World 1. I've got a bunch of Sarah sets. We can get like hill giant clubs and gilded pieces, and we can all just kind of spam out the World 1 Grand Exchange with loads of like cool items and just create a bit of a scene, a Hare Krishna scene. We also had quite a lot of questions from persons saying like what my kind of plans for after post 99 prayer would be, and I've had quite a few different like ideas of what I'd like to do. I think naturally I'm just going to start passively training my melee stats, just because I always wanted to get that 126 combat, so I think that would be something fun to do. But also one suggestion I had was maybe we could train our construction level up and build a temple. I really like the way that could play into the into Ben Xi's kind of story. Like, he started off in the free-to-play worlds, made his way over to the monastery up in Varlamore, a far distant land on a completely different continent, and then he returned to where he came from, and he constructed a temple. And then I guess we could have little prayer training parties or something on stream in the future. All train our prayer together in my very own temple. So yeah, if you guys are into the idea of training some construction, it's not a fun skill to train, so I'm not sure if I would go all the way to 99. Maybe we could just get to level 85, but we'll see. If you guys want to see that, definitely mention that in the comments if you think it would be funny. And also, I probably have to open up again for some donations. You can chuck me some planks or some gold or whatever, some construction supplies, and then we can start doing that maybe in the future. So yeah, in the spiritual kind of tradition that I practice, there's actually the idea of Ben Xi leaving to become a monk and then returning to be a householder is actually in line with the way that kind of my life personally is going, and also the Vedic system is. So the idea is that you have 4 ashrams, or 4 modes in which you practice spiritual life. When you're a young boy, between the ages of 5 and 25, you're generally a monk. Brahmachari is the word. And you basically live in those ages a life of celibacy and service, sense control, and study of scriptures. And then usually when you get to about 25, 30, you'll leave the monastery and become a householder. So it means you start a family and you start practicing spiritual life back in the real world, so to speak. So you can have a job and support your family, but you've got that strong foundation of spirituality. So it's really recommended that if you want to stand a chance of having an extremely strong spiritual life, you can spend at least a year in an ashram, if not more. Like I spent 5-6 years, and I think I benefited a lot from it. But then after that, after you've been a householder, they say from the age of 25 to 50 you're a householder, and when your youngest child is old enough to look after the family, you renounce and you leave to the forest, and it's called Vanaprastha, the Vanaprastha ashram. Like in Buddhism, you're familiar with the idea of nirvana. Well, it's often described that this material world is like a forest. It's very confusing. You can get lost in the forest of the material world. And nirvana, vana means forest, so nirvana means you've escaped the forest. So that's the kind of idea of perfection within a Buddhist kind of philosophy, nirvana. So then this ashram, after you've been a householder, a grihasta, you can become a vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means you leave for the forest. And you spend 25 years in the forest living off berries and, dressing yourself in bark. There's like, basically you start to rely back on God again, and you basically start to rely for your existence on God, and you have to live a very simple and renounced life in the forest. And then after that period of time, you can become what's called a sannyasi, or a mendicant, like a monk that travels from house to house, begging for a little bit of rice and sharing any spiritual realization, because that's the point. You're supposed to share what you've learnt, any wisdom that you've had. So sannyasi is the highest order of life, and generally highly respected. So basically, you're a monk, then you move out and become a householder, then you live in the forest for some time, and then you become a monk again. And that's kind of a completed life in the Vedic system. So I thought maybe we could somehow have this life for Ben Xi, our character. So he's spent time as a monk in a faraway land, and now he's ready to become a householder. So we can start training our construction, build a little house, build a little temple. Maybe we can get a job. Maybe there's some way we can earn some money through our skills. And then when the householder period's finished, we can go to some far forest in RuneScape and maybe train some skills, some forest-related skills, forestry, woodcutting, who knows. And then maybe after that we can return to being a traveling monk again. Maybe by that point sailing will be out. So as a sannyasi we can sail around the 7 seas and share our spiritual message. I don't know, I'm just getting deep into the roleplay, but I don't know, some of you guys commented that you like the role-playing aspect of it. But yeah, it would be cool. Also, I'm not averse to continuing to train prayer throughout all of these different ashrams, because that's what you're supposed to do. Even if you're not a monk, you're still supposed to be practicing spiritual life. Like, the ashram is a place where you practice spiritual life, so you can have a family and a job and live in the world but still be spiritual. I think there was a bit of a hater comment saying that spirituality never serves society, so go get a job. But that hate comment was founded on a misconception about what spiritual life actually means. And actually, really, a spiritual person is someone who's able to live in this world but not be of it. So as Jesus says in the Bible, we want to interact with the material world as much as needed, but we don't want to become a worldly minded person. So a little bit like that. Anyway, that's a ramble about the future of the account. The most important, and basically the reason I made this video, is to invite you. I'm talking to you now personally, the person that's listening to this. You, hello, nice to meet you. I'm asking for you to come tomorrow, 1 p.m, for Ben XI's 99 prayer ceremony. We're really excited, and I think it's going to be a good time. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.